a $100 billion lawsuit, never recovering these guys. No board insurance would cover it. They would be so far beyond that. I mean, just like suicide financially, and like in the corporate world, I'm going to guess that they're going to be pariahs from anybody except hardcore anti-AIers. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Business Lunch Podcast with Ryan Dice and
that's me,
Roland Frazier. Good to see you guys. Hey, Ryan, what's going on?
We just wrapped up the Thanksgiving holiday here. In general, when we do episodes, we like to keep it kind of evergreen. I think this one is going to be incredibly timely because we just wrapped Thanksgiving, which means we just wrapped Black Friday in the midst of a Cyber Monday kind of goodness. But we also just wrapped the insanity around that went down with Sam Altman and OpenAI and all kind of that board takeover craziness. I think it'd be fun just to chat about all that in one fell swoop. Have an episode that'll basically be helpful and meaningful for like a week, and then nobody will listen to ever again. What do you think?
I like it. My favorite headline for most clever headline from that whole drama was Control Altman Delete. I was like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
All right.
So for those,
go ahead.
Yeah, for those who didn't hear, can I give a quick timeline of the events that went down? If anybody was, not paying attention out there. So, all right, I got this. This is according to Axios. So on November 16th, which I guess was a Friday, or maybe that was, I'm already off. Yeah, sorry. November 16th was a Thursday. 16th was Thursday. So apparently Sam Altman on November 16th, good prep work, by the way, Ryan, nail it. Gets called in to a meeting with the board. They asked him to join a Google Meet chat. He shows up for Google Meet and finds out on Friday that, hey, he's out, right? Now, it's been reported that Microsoft, who owns half of OpenAI, right? Microsoft learned of Altman's firings a minute. The exact word is a minute before the world was informed on Twitter. That same day, this is Friday, November 17th, OpenAI releases a statement that Sam Altman will be leaving the company after a deliberative review process by the board. And that Greg Brockman will be stepping down as chair of the board. November 17th, late that evening, Brockman announces that he's quitting. So the chair of the board's out. The CEO is out. On November 18th, Microsoft, so the next day, Microsoft is like, we got him. Sam Altman and Brockman, they're both going to be joining. They're going to be leading and driving the new era of AI at Microsoft. You got so November 19th, Microsoft announces that they've hired both Altman and Brockman. Altman tweets, the mission continues, but this time at Microsoft. On November 20th, OpenAI announces another interim CEO. In this case, is their second CEO, Twitch co-founder Emmett Shear, who served in the role for a total of like 55 hours because that same day, November 20th, this is a Monday, 98% of OpenAI's 700 plus employees signed an open letter basically telling the board to quit.
Yep.
Saying we're with Sam.
And we're going to Microsoft.
Yeah, their chief scientist is like, I made a really big mistake by suggesting that he go out. On November 21st, OpenAI releases ChatGPT with voice to unpaid users to basically be like, it's fine. We're still releasing stuff.
Wait a minute. I think that what's not in there is, I don't know exactly when it happened, but also the board reaches out to Anthropic and suggests that Anthropic's CEO become the CEO of OpenAI, also occupying both positions, and that OpenAI gets acquired by Anthropic, even though Anthropic is funded by basically all of the competitors to the primary investors in OpenAI.
Yep. Then on November 21st, just after 10 p.m., OpenAI releases a statement saying that it has come to a deal in principle for Altman to return as CEO with a new board. A new board, a new chair. So in, let's see, 5-ish days, in 5 days, he's out. He's going to Microsoft. Nuh-uh, he's coming back. Board is out. What a freaking mess to go through all of that. And the fascinating thing to me is we still don't know why. It was speculated at one point that maybe there was some financial malfeasance. The COO came out and said, nope, wasn't anything to do with that. The best I've heard, and I don't know if you've heard any conspiracy theories, but the best I've heard is that the board member who drove to push Sam out had written some paper that basically said that AI and OpenAI in particular is a problem. And Sam was like, hey, as a board member, kind of uncool for you to publish that paper if you're going to be on our board and basically say the company that you're on the board of sucks. I don't like that. She didn't like being told that he didn't like it. And so she's like, let's get rid of the guy. That's a close-up figure.
And also, allegedly, they had a meeting shortly before this all went down where they revealed Q-Star, which is AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, had been achieved or dang near it. And that caused her and the other board member that was with her to basically say, we can't do this. And Sam and the other guys was like, man, it was really profit versus concern for humanity, and profit won. That's basically what happened, because it always will, because humanity is who humanity is. It's the scorpion and the frog. Humanity is the scorpion. It will absolutely kill itself because that's its nature, right? So there are those who are not that way, but more that are. And I err on the profit side, although I am pro humanity too. But I think like that's it. What the company was, a conflicted mission, a conflicted mess of a mission and structure to start with. It's for profit, but then when it returns 100 times the investment of the people that put money into the profit part, the profit becomes nonprofit again to realign with it doesn't make any sense. And I think that's what it was, is they didn't know what they wanted to be. I think like Musk left because he saw that inherent conflict earlier on. And and this was really what happened, is that ChatGPT took off. All of the commercial applications are clear. The app stores, GPT store is going to come out, and they're looking at monetizing on the monetization path. This is a company that could be bigger than Apple. And I think the people that are the profit people see that, and the people that were with the Rand Corporation and writing papers, about the badness of AI disagreed with that. And they had a terrible structure. I want to say that there were only 4 board members. I remember I looked all of them up and read their whole backgrounds, and it was truly well done in terms of having people that were not profit versus people that were profit. But ultimately, it just couldn't coexist. You can't have a for-profit and a nonprofit like this that coexist, where a giant opportunity to be the next Apple or Google is going to just go to the incumbents. That's not going to ever be allowed to happen. There will be people that will not let that happen. And then think about the 700 and some people who were looking at an $87 billion valuation that they were going to be able to sell their shares at, because that's a secondary offering that's happening now on those shares, went away. So they were like buying planes and houses in their mind.
Explain that for people who don't understand secondary shares and options and those kind of things. Break that down. So as to why 98% of the employees were so incentivized to write that, and why maybe it wasn't just a pure love for Sam Altman.
Yeah, I think that they probably shared his vision more than they shared the other, because the other was basically, hey, let's stop. We've gone too far. We should stop now. And I'm sure that Google and the Claude guys and Musk were like, yeah, you guys should stop for sure. We'll just, we'll take it from here. Thanks. And the employees who really came in, as many of them do in the tech world, assuming that as the value gets established, they'll be able to cash out and make a bunch of money off their options. They're sitting there with a offering that is about to go. That's like a done deal at, I think, 3 times higher than it was earlier in this very year. And they're looking at they're going to get to cash out and get a bunch of money. So they're out, like I said, they're pre-buying airplanes and houses and ski chalets and vacations and retirement. And all that just got taken off the table because the secondary offering people were like, yeah, that's not going to happen because you guys are too messed up right now. You absolutely, we see no reason or way that we're going to do this secondary offering while you are unsure of who you are and who you want to be. Because, by the way, that's a valuation based on future profitability, not future goodwill to humanity. So I think it was really just a conflicted mess of a startup, a conflicted mess of a board. And then the board behaved terribly irresponsibly to me.